Welcome back to 9 is 10. You are live. Please do not say or mother. It is episode 12, week 12. We've been at this for over 2 months. No, that's more than 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. I don't know how maths works. It's been a very long run. However, thanks to timey-wimey circumstances, this is actually being recorded halfway through. Welcome to the start of the season finale. I'm the rambling moron whose intros get more complicated every week. And joining me this week is a man who needs no introduction. But to provide context in an audio medium, I shall do it anyway. Mr. Billy Treacy of the FiveWhoFans and Aimless Wanderings and Time Agent, for those who remember way back when.
This is the part, like, if you're a radio DJ, that's where you'd, like, push the button and there'd be a big crowd kind of applauding.
Oh.
And I'd be like, thank you, thank you.
I only have one sound effect button, and I'm not quite sure what's on it, but it's probably not a crowd applauding. I could try it if you want. See what happens.
It's fine.
You sure?
It'll do more damage than good.
I can give it a go.
It'll do more harm than good.
I'm trying it, Billy. You've asked for it now. It's happening. I'm pressing the button. 3, 2, 1.
What's that?
I don't know what that was.
Was that a wrestle on Breaking Wind?
Wah, wah, wah. Copyright the Radio Funny Workshop.
Wah, 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 wah. Sorry.
Wait a minute, this is an angel. Bloody hell. So already the delirium set in, but it's at that stage. Because last week, 10 years ago, everybody was wondering, why the hell is the Doctor on Big Brother? Why the hell is the weakest link in Doctor Who?
No, everyone was wondering when the Daleks are going to turn up, because they've been in the Next Time trailer in Boomtown.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest, I don't mind that too much, because, like, I still remember after Boomtown, it was back in the days of VHS, and I remember, like, putting it in the VHS player, whatever.
The machine. We've already forgotten.
Yeah,
we've moved on.
Back in the olden days, it was basically black and white, wasn't it?
The clicky
Everything
box.
was in 4x3. And, I remember putting the VHS in and just, like, rewinding it just for that, watching it over and over again. I remember the first time I watched it, I thought the Daleks were purple for some reason. I was like, oh, purple Daleks!
It's the tracking. Like, you'd rewound it that many times, it started to change colour.
I think
They've got wibbly bottoms!
It might be more the colour blindness thing, but, like...
Well, in case you're wondering why we're laughing too much, it's because Billy's a comedian! Or at least pretends to be, as the FiveWhoFans member. And, no, that's a lie. You're very funny, Billy. You make me laugh. You make me smile. You make me cry.
I had to make someone smile.
You make me feel.
Feel.
You make me feel like a natural... I can't finish the sentence, not because of context, but because then we'll owe that record company money for using the music.
Really? Is that how it works?
No, probably not. I don't know.
It's best to be on the safe side, isn't it?
Billy, we've previously... I've never been on the safe side. We've previously been invaded by other members of the FiveWhoFans, but for those who have skipped 12 weeks of podcasts like idiots...
don't blame them. Don't blame them.
Well, they're waiting for the good one. And it's here, baby.
Exactly. I mean, actually, to be fair, all the Series 1 is 5-star.
Oh, and I just meant the commentaries. Everyone else, small fry. I've got the Tracy here with me.
Please don't call me that.
Okay. Makes you sound like one of the Thunderbirds. It makes you sound like International Rescue. Dum-dum. Again, I can't sing the music.
Their names are
Copyright
spelled
reasons.
differently.
They wish
Treacy. Really awkward. It's really awkward.
Well, you know, if they spelt their names like that, they'd be more unique. Instead, they've got to try and stand out by attaching strings to their wrists and...
I'd rather my last name was like Brains or something. That'd be my
Billy
Mr.
Brains.
Tracy, I have an idea.
He's not like that anymore, though, is he? Not like that anymore. It's the future. But back in the past, Billy, long before the days of FiveWhoFans, or I imagine there wasn't a FiveWhoFans back in 2005, was there? The first iteration was like
2009.
9.
And I wasn't part of it. It was John Granston who went about it.
Yeah, but where's he now, eh? Where's he now?
I don't know. He's somewhere behind a massive ginger beard.
Just concealed for the world to not see.
Lost forever.
In time and space. But for those who missed the previous weeks, give us a basic rundown of what is FiveWhoFans, Billy.
Oh, good grief. Wow, that's a good question. It's 5 people on a YouTube channel. It's a collaboration channel making videos about Doctor Who, sketches. What are vlogs anyway? Vlogs apparently. Yeah, take it all with a pinch of salt, really. It's lots of parody and
I was going to say the next question would have been, and how would you describe FiveWhoFans to the people who haven't got FiveWhoFans so far?
Oh, just don't bother, mate.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
For those listening, because of course you're listening, you're not reading this, the FiveWhoFans, I've guest starred with you guys a few times. I've appeared in a few skits and sketches and as characters. I absolutely adore it for two reasons. One, it's always so much fun to work on. Everything's editing, writing, like the stuff you guys do with graphics and music, like it's all as a package. Brilliant. The five of you are brilliant to watch.
Well, it's not just us five for that. I mean, in terms of like, well, yeah, I mean, like this, with the music, we got David Bosket doing that nonsense and stuff.
No, Billy, claim it's all you. This is your chance.
Aha, no competition. Okay, yeah, well, we say it's 5 people. It's just me.
You play them all.
Yeah.
Well, there is one video where you play Livy.
It's
so it has happened.
You'll be surprised, what you can pull off with the right masks.
It's Mission Impossible shiz right there.
It is.
But also, my other reason for enjoying it, and it's something that I'm sure a lot of people listening are familiar with, the magical world of maybe slightly too obsessed Doctor Who fans who take things for face value, especially in the comments of FiveWhoFans.
Oh.
I hate to address this directly, Billy, but just for once and for all those out there who don't believe you love Doctor Who and who think that you're trying to tarnish it, for those who even believe you've been set up as a conspiratorial element thrown into the mix, although that was never legally proved, do you love Doctor Who, Billy?
It's alright, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sad now.
It's okay.
I'm sad now.
I think the general kind of consensus is it's a bit naff, but we love it. Like
all right.
It's like an embarrassing parent that you're kind of stuck with, but it is unconditional love. You'll never leave it, and it has its amazing moments, doesn't it?
It does. It's bloody brilliant. Especially,
it's just a shame it does that embarrassing dad dance, doesn't it?
Well, every now and again.
If we're going to continue with this like parent analogy.
Now, come on, it's not fair to call Peter Capaldi an embarrassing dad dance.
Oh, no, I'm not calling Peter Capaldi an embarrassing dad
dance. You heard it here first, everybody. Billy Treacy hates Doctor Who, and he's just called Peter Capaldi an embarrassing dad.
I don't have the energy to dispute that, so I'm just going to say, yeah, fine.
I'm going to give you a burst of energy. I'm going to give you an e-tablet like never before, sir. Not really, disclaimer. But we're about to revisit the start of the finale of 2005 with... And I'm so glad to finally be in the room with someone else who has this philosophy, with your doctor.
My doctor, the best doctor,
the only doctor.
I don't want to like
after Peter Cushing.
I want to. Yeah, of course. I just want to be make myself clear though. Like I did grow up with John Pertwee and stuff. I mean,
what, at school? You went to school with him.
I grew up with him. I'm much older than I look. I was there for everything. The show, when he was parading about as a scarecrow.
And that wasn't when he was filming Wurzel Gummidge. That was just the dark times.
But
Pertwee's dark times.
I grew up with like classic VHSs, pretty much all Dalek stories. Because my mum used to be a fan of the show, and she got them at a car boot, I believe.
She picked them up whilst rummaging.
Yeah, so like I've kind of grown up with like Death to the Daleks, and of course Remembrance of the Daleks. But before series 1, it was kind of like John Pertwee. I really liked John Pertwee. I kind of felt like safe with his doctor, even though people die all around him.
Yeah, I think the body count is probably at its highest.
Yes, and it's the same with Christopher Eccleston. I think for me, like John Pertwee. And
I love him because everyone dies.
To me, they're kind of sort of fatherly figures. Kind of, you kind of feel safe with them. That I can't really put it into words, but
you can put it into tears.
Also, I think because my dad's from Manchester, Mankland.
You're allowed to say that here.
Yeah, and so I made that connection with him, and it was that kind of, he's that I wish that I thought it was my dad. Not that my dad isn't that great, I kind of wish I had 2 dads.
It's going into some very sort of bizarre territory. We're opening up like an
not
entire
that I don't want my mum.
here.
I want 2 dads and my mum.
Wait a minute.
We might have to
You want an
rewind.
intergalactic polygamous
I'm really
parental relationship.
unsure where we're going here.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Eccleston will steer us through the darkness.
It might be best just to edit this out and just like save a lot of confusion.
I don't know. Might keep it in. I just want to keep that as the quote on the podcast. Like, Billy Treacy. All I want is 2 dads and mum.
It's the 21st century, mate. Come on.
Well, let's face it.
Get used to it.
The eternal parent to us all, of course, was the story of the Doctor, because it looked after us, Billy, on Saturday nights.
Back to the dad thing, because obviously, I want to bring it up again. You know, my dad's from the same sort of area as Christopher Eccleston, and I think they're sort of a similar age. I think my dad's a bit younger, but I'd like to think that they grew up together in Salford, like climbing trees and frolicking in the fields as best friends. And then at some point they parted ways. But you know, there's still
and that was
connection.
That was your Father's Day. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's another one.
But it's alright, they saw each other again. It wasn't the end of the world.
The Unquiet Dead. Sorry, I just thought
I didn't quite
I didn't know how I'd get it in, so I just said it.
God. Now you also develop your own Doctor Who stories in Aimless Wanderings, but we're going to save that one. Join us for after party for that one, baby cakes.
Or not.
No, we will.
It's all right.
We will talk about it aplenty, sir.
We won't know.
We'll spill said beans. I don't know. We're recording this like so far before it actually comes out. Maybe one of us dies in a freak yachting accident in the next few weeks.
That'll be good for the SoundCloud statistics.
It'll be good for the numbers.
It would be good for the numbers. So.
People listen in to hear us.
So I think you should do the honourable thing, Chris, and just
start the podcast.
Start the podcast.
Oh! You meant kill you in a yachting accident.
Kill me in a yachting accident.
Well, I could kill me in a yachting accident, but it wouldn't be an accident if I planned my...
Start the episode.
Okay.
Just get on with it.
Y'all know the drill. If you've got your discs, get it to timecode 000000. If you're on Netflix, get past the BBC logo, same on iTunes.
Do not press enter now, even though the lady sort of suggests it.
Yeah. For audio... To select audio navigation. What? I can't hear you. Terrible joke. Had to get it out the way. Haven't made it all series. Made it now.
It's not like it doesn't provoke laughs, but it does feel mandatory. So.
Oh gosh! And speaking of mandatory, all good things must start, Billy.
Yes.
Let us dive right in. I'm not gonna ask you much about Chris now. I'm gonna talk to you about Chris during this because I've got a feeling this is gonna be one of those where we unfortunately go quiet several times just to enjoy what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, with FiveWhoFans, we were thinking about doing commentaries, and we started doing commentary for Series 1, but we were just enjoying the episode too much. So
it's a curse.
Yeah, it was just silence.
But not the silence.
Not the silence. Oh, what are you talking about? Okay, let's start.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, press play in 3, 2, 1, go!
It's making a button. There we go.
Here we are. Hello. Hang on, Abo. That's,
It's a long game, isn't it?
Yeah, Satellite 5. What are we going back here for? What's the point?
Oh, I love Christopher Eccleston.
He loves you. He told me.
This technology's wrong.
Rose! This technology's wrong, Rose. Now, this is weird because, it's Boomtown all over again. We're getting a flashback to a much earlier story in the series.
Oh, I love this about Series 1. All the stories are kind of connected. And in terms of interconnectivity, Series 1's definitely one of the strongest. I suppose it's because they had the longest time to think about it. So Series 1, and I'd say Series 3 in that regard as well.
Series 3 is very good at that, actually, yeah. I think Martha helps that one with sort of giving it a button.
Nick Briggs voiced the Jagrafess.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Really?
I had to sit in front of the microphone and make sort of slithering...
I still can't believe that.
Roaring noises. Oh, hello. 100 years on.
What a way to start an episode.
Now, context for those maybe too young to remember the Big Brother of old.
It's still going.
It is still happening. It's Channel 5, but this is back when it was a Channel 4 show. Back
popular.
When, yeah, it was huge, wasn't it? The whole country was sort of gripped by it in the early 2000s. Not myself personally. I was like watching.
I think I watched one series, and I think I liked someone called Brian. I don't know.
I remember Series 6. I watched Series 6, which had a girl in it called Makosi, which I've always remembered.
That was the one that split in two parts, wasn't it?
Yeah.
sorry.
Future puns.
Uh-huh. I love this.
That took me by surprise.
You got to admit it. Like, the Big Brother theme tune is still mega awesome.
It is pretty impressive.
It just psychs you up.
But it just really adds to the surrealness, because before this, like, okay, we'd had farting aliens, and we'd had a bit of a romp in Cardiff and everything, but up to this point, it had never really been this ridiculous, like, flat out ridiculous.
You don't really think about this, do you? Because it's just... But looking back, it's just so bizarre.
Mm.
It's the sort of thing you expect in, like, a sketch show.
Well, it'd be like the Doctor, in sort of its today's equivalent, I suppose. It'd be like the Doctor walking into a Britain's Got Talent audition.
Mm-hmm.
Or just showing up a Gogglebox sat on someone's couch. Like, it would make you go, wait, what?
Matrix TARDIS.
Hello.
Yes, mate.
Off he zips. Now, absorb this. It's the second to last time you'll ever see that.
Oh.
Which is sad, isn't it? Oh.
We will be crying by the end of this, by the way.
We may weep.
Not necessarily Bad Wolf.
No. And, of course, that Bad Wolf. Let's talk about the payoff. When you were watching this back in 2005, the whole series, had you spotted the thread before they bring it up in Boomtown?
No, I spotted it when they brought it up on the Doctor Who website.
Ah, did they? Did they, like, completely confess it?
Yeah, they did it. I think it was around episode 7. They released the episode title. I think they had to, because of the TV guides and stuff would have it.
Yeah.
But then you can... I think they even had a section on the website dedicated, like, showing... You know,
the different occurrences. Because I was chatting with Richard about it way back when in Aliens of London, and we realised I think that's the second mention. The first mention's in End of the World.
Yes.
Yeah, and how's everything going with the
don't
Bad Wolf?
forget Gwyneth in The Unquiet Dead.
Oh, the big bad wolf. Yeah, oh yeah, very good point. And then we see Bad Wolf flat out written out in Aliens of London. It pops up in... Doesn't pop up in Dalek, does it?
Yeah, no, it does. There's a helicopter and there's an American going, "A bad wolf understanding." It doesn't sound quite like that, but it's pretty close.
I've got to say, spoiler alert for the next episode, but let's face it, if you're watching this with a commentary and it's your first time watching this episode, you're an idiot. Turn this commentary off and go watch the episode. Spoiler alert for next episode. Considering Rose was meant to scatter Bad Wolf as a warning throughout time, she put it in all the wrong places, didn't she?
Yeah.
They didn't hear the helicopter.
Places. Why don't she, like, transmit an entire mess? No, don't. We can't nitpick. This isn't fair.
No. We can't.
To be fair, she's like...
To be fair, she was spreading it not just for the Doctor and herself. She's
it's
spreading
not really
it
Rose
to us
either. It's like massive time vortex goddess.
It's the TARDIS farting it out.
Yeah.
Also, just can't pass up Patterson Joseph appearing in this scene, because he's one of those names who keeps coming up whenever they talk about who could be a new Doctor.
Really?
Patterson, yeah, it was even before the series started, because he was pretty popular as is it Johnson he plays in Peep Show.
Yeah.
He's pretty popular in that. And then his name came up again when they said that Eccleston was leaving, and then his name came up again when they talked about Smith. But, I mean, thanks to Capaldi, and I suppose Colin before him, it could be fine if he played it. It wouldn't be too jarring.
Well, to me, it's got to be either Damien Maloney or Keeley Hawes. Ever since Richard suggested Keeley Hawes, I just can't get Keeley Hawes out of my head.
Give her a better crack at the whip, actually.
Yeah.
That's a really good selection, actually.
I tell you what's interesting about this, that they're all separated to at the start of this episode, aren't they? It's all...
Oh, yes. They're complete here. Torn apart, madam.
Bringing them all together towards the end. Oh, I'm spoiling it again.
Well, again, if they've not watched this before, this is the infamous sequence where... Well, it's infamous for many reasons. But this is the infamous sequence that they had to remove a bum shot from. Like, that bit was meant to close on a shot of his arse. Or with his arse in shot. And they went, no, that's too much. It's like, wait, we're going to absolutely, exterminate and murder a space station full of human beings.
But no bottoms!
No bums! I think the Trinity and Susanna bots have got chainsaws. Like, surely there are bigger concerns in the world. But no, apparently not. Bottoms.
I don't know what that would have done to me if I'd watched that.
Mary Whitehouse
I tell you what,
one
thing I've not messaged. Sorry, not messaged. What am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you what I've not mentioned is.
You can message me if you want.
I will. I'll tell you what I've not mentioned yet. I was 12 when this all came out, so I was the
ripe old age.
I was the perfect age. I boast that, actually. I was the perfect age for Series 1. So anyone that disagrees and says Series 1 is rubbish, they're wrong. They just weren't the right age for it. I remember them saying in interviews, like Russell and Mr. Eccleston and that was saying...
Hello.
Yeah.
There he was.
they were saying. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by this episode. It's good.
Lynda's brilliant as well.
Oh yeah,
she's a lot of fun, and it's played perfectly there. I think Russell said it in Confidential for Sound of Drums. Not Sound of Drums. What the hell am I? I'm leaping forward way ahead. Parting of the Ways. Wow, I am so drunk, which is weird because I haven't actually had a drink yet. He mentions like Lynda is written as the companion you kind of like you wanted to go, oh my god, join the team. You totally fit in, because then it hurts more in part 2.
Oh yeah,
when she's cruelly taken away.
You can almost hear Russell laughing, but because it's
Marvellous.
space, you can't actually.
In space, no one can hear Russell laugh.
Yes, it's more of a giggle, I'd imagine. Like
a William Hartnell chuckle.
The Pigeon Doctor.
The Pigeon Doctor, William Hartnell.
Oh yes, Eccleston, come on. Boom.
Love him. And this is nice as well, like the reveal, because you think it's going to be sinister. No, it's literally TV producers and TV execs.
Mm-hmm.
And everything's fine and normal, and there's no corpses this time around. And...
It's Elaine the Pain.
Yeah. That was so distracting to 14-year-old me watching this. I was like, hang on. That's the lady from Tracy Beaker. What's she doing here? I don't even understand, like...
Sorry. I distracted you now.
I'll be honest, I'm always distracted when Billy Piper's on screen. Especially in Series 1. I have a huge crush on Series 1 Rose. I know it's inappropriate.
I have a huge crush on Series 1.
That's fine, as long as you clean up afterwards, that's okay.
I sleep with the Series 1 box set under my pillow. It's the only way I feel safe.
I keep getting distracted because this actress looks like Leslie Sharp, but isn't. And
Does it actually say that in the credits, not Leslie Sharp?
Yeah, she's credited as not Leslie Sharp, who obviously comes back, who does join Doctor Who.
Comes back? Well, she's not been in it.
Maybe not this one. She comes back into the Russell T Davies fold in Midnight and absolutely blows it out the water. But I did for ages think that was her, because that lady looks awfully like her. And obviously she'd been
I see where you're coming from.
She'd been in, was it Bob and Rose? I'm trying to remember the name, but she'd been in like Second Coming and stuff, and I was blown away by the fact it wasn't actually
wasn't
her.
Second Coming good?
Second Coming's amazing.
You might not have seen Second Coming, but it's really good.
It's sort of Eccleston auditioning to be the Doctor, really.
Yeah, you can see it come through sometimes,
especially the speech
in
the car park.
Yeah. Oh,
that's amazing.
Good. So let's talk about TARDIS Trio.
Yes.
Which are all apart or all separate at this point, but that's really cool because they all like hold up their own sort of parts of the story.
Oh yeah, you all want to see where they're going to get, and you kind of, as weird as it sounds, especially with Jack and Rose being still playing their game, I kind of wanted them to win. I'm watching going, yay, you better win, before the obvious threat presents itself in a moment's time. Ooh, I did a burp there. The burp of time.
The burp of time.
The burp of Razalon.
Is it Razalon or Rassilon?
Is that Colin's coat? No, it's 2 shirts. Sorry, I panicked. I thought that was the coat. It was a red and a green shirt. I'm sorry.
Every single time you see, like
red and green and a bit of pink,
which is colours that don't match. Oh, Colin.
Oh well, never was there ever.
I mean,
this is.
I mean, with the the Doctor and companion dynamic, I favour the TARDIS Trio above all. It is. I think it's, for me, it's the strongest kind of
it's brilliant.
Dynamic, and this is by far my favourite of the many trios we've seen.
Well, they sort of set standards as well by giving. It goes back to the Ian and Barbara formula in the sense that Jack provides the bravado.
Yeah, and
whereas Ian wasn't afraid to get his fisticuffs up.
That's why they had him in the first place, isn't
it?
To be, you need a soldier for the battle in the final episode, because the Doctor's not going to run about with a gun, is he? Is he? That never happened. Imagine the Doctor like picking up a big gun and just like,
I never would,
and just like getting in a lift or something about to
mow down everybody.
Just imagine. That'd be mental.
Now this is really sinister. It goes from being a funny little gag about Anne Robinson to being a genuinely scary robot creature.
People get a bit with Series 1. They feel it's a bit too confusing with the tone, but I think it's bang on. It's exactly what it's doing.
Well, I don't know, because this has a nicely dark payoff later on. Because right now it's oh my god, they're dead. And then when Rosie's thing, it's like, no, it's a teleport. They're taken away.
And it's
you're like,
oh no,
brilliant. What did they get taken away to? Where did they get taken away to? To a Dalek sort of moving factory where they're pulped and mutated and turned into Daleks. Oh, okay then.
So kind of worse than death.
Yes.
Hey,
it's kind of gross, really. All it's missing is a Toclafani style moment of one of the Daleks on the ship, like referencing something one of these characters says, just to make you go, "Oh God, it's them." But then again, the Toclafani were meant to replace the Daleks, weren't they? At one point, back in Dalek, yeah, they didn't know whether or not they could get the rights from the Termination Estate, so what became the Toclafani was essentially invented.
I'm glad they kept the Daleks.
Yeah, well, I'm glad it worked out. I think still, having read the notes on it, it's in Doctor Who magazine special, I think. There are notes and extracts from that version of the script. It's still quite a scary tale, but it's an enemy that's more malicious and sinister.
We would have accepted it back then because there was no kind of series finale kind of expectation at this point, was there?
No, well, yeah. Well, I'll be honest, after seeing the Dalek in Dalek, I didn't think they'd come back in the series. I thought, well, that's the Dalek episode.
And then Boomtown came along.
And provided us with 45 minutes of fantastic distraction and
And
entertainment.
from that point on, every single episode 11 has just been for the next time trailer.
Yeah.
Let's face it. Well, let's all be honest with ourselves.
What's episode 11 in series 2? Is it Love and Monsters?
No.
No.
Love and Monsters is episode 10.
Fear Her.
It's Fear Her.
Fear Her,
and I
yeah.
remember it had episode 11 syndrome. Throughout the whole of it, I was going, okay, so when are we going to see Cybermen in that?
It's going to happen, isn't it?
Can't wait for the next time trailer.
The Cybermen have upstaged Chloe Webber.
What
Chloe Webber will not be
a thing
upstaged.
to say, like, when someone's about to die, like, thanks for the food, you're a smashing cook. If like, you were on your deathbed and I was just there standing over you, I wouldn't be like, thanks for the food, mate.
Do you know what?
Your spaghetti meatballs are amazing, they're mint, and you'll just be like, thank you.
See, now I'm scared, because after this, we're having spaghetti and meatballs, and I'm frightened that you're going to kill me afterwards, just so you can whisper those words to me on my deathbed.
Thanks for the food, you're a smashing cook, Chris.
But what about episode 13?
I'll be running off with all your action figures. That'll be it.
You say running off with them, they're an awful lot. You might have
just
to,
a big
you might have to
sack.
waddle whilst you handle this giant sack
Yes.
full of action figures, just to clarify.
You had to clarify, really?
Well, giant sack, Who knows? But like you say, it's the whole mundanity of reality TV. It's the whole thing of like everyone's just like falsely nice to one another, and you have to wonder whether he's just being pleasant because then he doesn't look like a horrible person, or or he's being pleasant because scared doesn't get your votes.
You see, she shrank slightly when it hit her.
Yeah, Ant-Man.
Yeah. It's not.
This
Ant-Man,
was Marvel advertising.
It's the Master's Shrinkinator.
What, the tissue compression eliminator?
Yes, the tissue compression eliminator.
Are you going to reveal it, Master? I will, but...
I'm going to make you small and put you in a lunchbox.
Yes. Next to the sandwich. Yes. They'll
I
find
always
you
get
in the tower.
distracted in that point in Terror of the Autons. Just that man taking a big bite into a boiled egg. I don't know why, it always distracts me. Sorry.
It's alright. Do you know what? Let's petition right now. Let's get the tissue compression eliminator back in Modern Who.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see it happen.
It's about time.
Because, for people listening as this goes out, let's hope Missy has it the next time she shows me Doctor Who. For those listening in the future, let's hope that... who'd play the Master in the future?
What, in Utopia?
No, in real life.
What?
Now is 2015, but who should play the Master in, say, 10 years' time? If someone's listening to this, who do you think will be playing it? That role?
I was kind of hoping for Charles Dance. Because I think he looks a lot like Roger Delgado.
You know what? Yes.
It's in the eyes. It's the dead eyes. Oh.
Game of Thrones have been long over by then, so... Well, it'll have been long out of making up storylines to fill in the gaps that George R.R. Martin leaves after he goes on holiday for 7 years and doesn't finish the books.
Let's just watch the episode. 60. It's a slaughterhouse! Damn it. I deliberately didn't watch this for a while, so it'll be but I have seen this a good 6-7 times at least this year.
Yeah, this is the series I revisit more than any other.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the confidence here on the camera shot, beautiful. Also
Who
beautiful,
directed
but in a
this?
different way.
It's Joe.
This one is a is it Joe Ahern? Yeah, Joe Ahern directed the Strupar.
And he did Dalek as well, I believe.
Yes, he's very good director. I think he's Chris's favourite because
he said he'd do the 100th anniversary.
100th anniversary of Joe Ahern's directing it.
So at the moment, like the mission is to keep
Eccleston alive.
Eccleston alive for the 100th.
Now this is pretty creepy.
Yeah, this doesn't really work, does it? Because he's not going to get teleported that way, is he?
Very good point. Then again, maybe these two just have their way with everybody, and then the remains are sent to the Daleks.
Yeah, they're getting enough humans, aren't they?
Yeah. This is such a cheeky bloody gag for a family viewing.
In his mouth.
In a pocket built into his back, in the flesh.
Oh.
For storing his guns. He had his appendix out, and then he had an extra pocket put into his body that can be accessed from behind.
Yes.
There you
It
go.
all makes sense.
Or his arse is bigger on the inside.
I never actually thought of that.
Time Lord
So I didn't
technology.
even consider.
He's a time agent. Surely he can have access to some Time Lord stuff. Imagine he's sort of smuggled it and salvaged it over time. You've been a time agent. You should know these things.
Yeah, there's like a manual and everything. When you buy the Vortex Manipulator from Toys R Us, it does come with like an 800-page book of like all the things you need to know about being a time agent to be qualified.
Is that how it works?
Yes, that's exactly how it works.
That's definitely how it works. So don't let anyone tell you any different.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. All the recollections. The big bad wolf.
Oh, you're about to see the helicopter.
Oh, of course.
There you go.
There it is. Blind Thrug.
I love how he brushes that off.
Yeah. Bad
You're a
wolf.
water on the radio, anyway.
Oh well. Probably nothing. Steak and chips.
Oh, yes. Steak and chips.
Steak and chips.
Nice.
Nice.
Steak looks nice.
Now, here's another biggie. Like, getting Anne Robinson, getting Trini and Susanna, getting Davina McCall to do this.
We've not actually discussed... people say that this is actually quite dated because most of these shows either aren't what they were or just cancelled outright.
Well, yeah, but...
I mean, I don't really think that's the case, to be honest. Maybe that's just because...
Well, the Hale and Pace cameo in Survival doesn't quite stand up anymore compared to how it used to do.
True, but... I mean, it doesn't matter, does it?
I think it works in the sense that they've got all these game shows running at once. Like they're going to have some classic ones.
I mean, yeah, you got shows coming back. You get shows that are remade all the time, don't you? So it seems.
I want to see the Crystal Maze floor.
Oh yeah,
with a Richard O'Brien android. Mumsy would be very cross. Follow me to the future zone. Or do you think they'd retain the original future zone so it looks like we all thought the future was going to look, but in the future?
That is a question for the philosophers.
It's a question for Richard O'Brien. And we got him on the line. Richard, how are you? I'm very good, dear. It's not Richard O'Brien. I lied to you, Billy. Just like the game station has been lying to everyone here.
So you're bringing it back.
Bringing it back.
There
it was one of the best. One of the best shots ever that they screen cap it a billion times. Him reaching out for Linda's hand.
Yes.
Found that in Beeps.
It is one of those sort of definitive moments. Oh, I love the music. I love the music in Series 1. I just love the synthiness of it.
Murray has a lovely play with sort of more traditional
Check out that
sci-fi
orchestra.
sounds.
Check out the orchestra. Let's give him a keyboard again.
So Murray, was it a conscious choice, or we just lost the orchestra?
The Dalek theme is just it's just really sinister and powerful.
But that's when they really take advantage of that later on and get the choir in.
Oh yeah, keep the choir.
Maybe they're all Murray Gold. He's just looping on a synthesizer. This is brilliant because this perfect Cassandra reference, sort of. But this perfectly...
It's all linked.
It's all linked.
See, there you go. Episode 2 reference.
It all makes sense. Wibbly wobbly, sensey wensey.
Don't say that. Not here.
Not now.
Not for this series.
Don't know where he gets it.
It's not. It's not appropriate.
Sorry. Can I make references to the classic era
You can't say
instead?
wibbly wobbly. You cannot say Alonzi. You can do classic series stuff at a push.
Okay. Barusa, what you like?
Just say fantastic and be done with it.
Fantastic and be done with it.
Yeah.
But this is perfectly setting up Lynda to be a companion.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you could always say
she's
people
resourceful,
think-
she's plucky, she's sweet. People think she's sweet.
People don't like sweet.
Oh, you get executed for that. That's brilliant. Love it. Absolutely love it. A wonderful bloody man, that's who I am. Now forget me, Lynda, with a Y.
Go home.
Go home.
At which point he produces that autumn hand. It's just been keeping.
Just gets it all, it's all linked. It's all linked.
It all comes together.
See, here it is.
Go home.
Go
Run. Run.
Aww. I'm going to say it. There's a bit of the Jabe going on here. I think he does fancy her a bit. Which is not a Doctor thing, really, but the way she plays it, the way he plays it, he's thinking, oh my god, she's kind of nice.
Fancy her a bit.
Yeah, which as weird as it sounds, I don't mind, because it means he's feeling more relaxed. He
is so much more human. By this
and
point.
Robots, sort of
If
Rose
you
has
watch
made him
this
that way.
After you've watched Rose, he's almost a completely different person.
Oh yeah, but she's allowed that, I think, which is why when he changes later on, he's very human.
Elaine the Pain is back.
Good old Elaine.
Have we not seen the? We have seen the controller.
We have seen the controller.
Yeah.
Can we just take a moment to rave about how amazing that design is? It just looks like she's caught in a web. She's stuck.
And it's
she's
flipping terrifying as well.
But it's the first hint as well.
I changed
I
the word, by the way, the F word. I changed it to flipping.
Oh, nice.
So this is still family friendly.
Yes. I love the flipping controller. She's so flipping brilliant.
She is flipping terrifying.
But it's the whole fly caught in a way. Like it's the one hint. I mean, it's a bit Adric, let's face it. But it's the one hint.
I think that she's Adam. That's what I think is possible.
God.
Do you remember all those rumours that everything would come down to Adam? Like the Emperor Dalek.
At the time, yeah.
Everyone thought Adam was going to come back.
They survived through me. Defeated by a flight of stairs. 6 is out of bounds, Elaine. God, no wonder the kids don't like you. Sit down, Elaine.
Oh, those wires.
Leave it
out.
to
The
Mike
way it's
Milligan.
lit as well.
Yeah.
Oh, and the music and the it's all good.
She's just a pawn.
Everyone's switched off by this point because it's just nothing but positive things.
Let's slag something off. Oh, Satellite 5. It looks a bit painful.
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't lean on it. Ooh.
Oh,
That's all I
looks
got.
heavy, doesn't it?
Yeah, technically it's the game station. We've wronged everyone. Captain Jack living out what a lot of the UK were fantasising about the real Trinity and Susanna at the time. Let us blast their heads off with fictional laser beams.
Why doesn't is that his vortex manipulator speaking to him there?
Yes, I believe.
Why doesn't it
was.
speak to him in Torchwood?
Well, it couldn't get a reception. It's like the Siri, but it only works in the future.
Why are all the children speaking at the same time? What do you mean you don't know?
That's right, R2.
He should have given a name to his little vortex manipulator.
Vorty.
Barry.
Barry the vortex.
Barry!
I'm talking to Barry. His vortex manipulator is called Barry. His squareness gun's called Paul. He just carries them around all the time.
These guys, they're the chuckles.
They always bring about the chuckles. I also love how in the future Linda's still wearing really tacky tracky bottoms.
Mm. Well, it's better than tinfoil, isn't it?
And corrugated card. Welcome to the future, sir.
Fashion does that. It cycles back. I don't know why I'm justifying this. We all know this was made in 2005.
No, it wasn't. It was made 100 years later.
100 years of hell.
Now, this is brilliant. Like, it's not what you imagine to be the outcome of the long game.
Mm.
They liberated everyone. No, sorry.
So watching Long Game again, that's good. That's much better than I remember it.
Long game survives and actually improves with repeat watchings, I find. Oh, here we go. Genuine tension.
Do you think you could watch the Long Game and this as like a 3-parter?
It's sort of like a... Well, technically, you could do it with Dalek...
The Dalek Long Game.
Actually, it's a 4-parter. Dalek Long Game.
And then
these two. You just think to yourself, hang on, they got Adam back, and now he's American. And he's got a wristwatch called Barry. Here we go.
Do you know what? Is it bad that I wish Captain Jack had stayed on for Series 2?
Not bad at all.
Just imagine if he had.
Or at least they would have found him in Series 2. But I suppose by that point they'd already decided what Torchwood was going to be, and
Oh yeah.
which is fine, you know. It's
Yeah,
like...
Torchwood's good.
We all definitely tuned in at the beginning because we wanted to see Jack and see what he was doing.
Whereas if it was just Gwen.
I don't know.
Oh, I want to see Ghost Girl from...
Then Gwen, I've got an inappropriate crush on Eve Miles, so I probably would have carried on watching.
There's nothing
anyway.
inappropriate about a crush on Eve Miles.
That I'm glad to know. I've got a crush on everyone in that shot, and that shot. Especially the robot.
Oh, first Torchwood reference coming up, isn't it? Or have I missed that?
No, I think it's it's in this bit. I think face a bow.
What was that for?
I don't know, just a look on her face. I really like this bit because it's almost a trivia game in terms of the stuff that Rose gets to answer for the people who've been watching the series.
Yeah.
You can shout out the answers. Hoshbin Frayne. What great names. Yes, Gabberfeg.
Back in episode 7, when
when you had that
who voiced the
bloke running
Jagrafess? Barnaby?
Oh, here we go. Is this... Come on, Ruse. Come on, Ruse.
Oh, that was a nice shot. It's a shame you only had a second of it, but that was a really nice shot. Just the Doctor's eyes just there.
Just glancing away as the numbers
Nice
beep away.
shallow depth of field.
All right, Mr. Filmmaker Man.
Mm.
Wait, no, that's a good thing. No, I think we may have
Let's
missed
discuss
it.
the mise en scène. Mm.
You know, let's do it first. Let's discuss what the hell is mise en scène. Technically, mise en scène answers its own question. It's everything. Let's see. I'm curious as to. I think we may have missed the Torchwood
This is the
reference.
best. This is the best bit coming up, isn't it?
Mm.
When the Doctor's just torn apart.
Oh yeah, we missed the Torchwood doodad.
Did we? Oh.
Yeah, it was in the first book. The Torchwood Institute. Milhei Hui? Correct. Oh, this is genuinely horrifying. It's probably Ventura. I'm now going to murder you with my mouth. What a horrible man.
Nasty piece of work. I love how horrible he is, though.
I also love how the android. If you notice, the android just twitches slightly. She sort of flexes. I think the android is another. Is it another Paul Casey? Yeah, Paul Casey and Alan Rusko with the android.
Mm. Oh yes,
It was a Cyberman rehearsal.
I love this bit.
And she's gone.
Did you think she was dead?
I'll be honest, I didn't think she was dead simply because it would have been too soon for Lynda then, as weird as it sounds. I was thinking, they're kind of setting Lynda up as a companion here.
But if
And
you're a
then
casual viewer, I suppose...
Well, maybe, yeah, if you were just tuning in. Especially the way they play it, the fact that he just gives up. That's it. Because he's harking back to the promise he couldn't keep to Jackie in World War Three. It's the whole, it's not safe what I do. And she's like, will she be safe? And he's like, I can't promise that.
Such a good story.
Bloody good. Because it's gone, already within the first, 20, 30 minutes, it's gone from being a daft story an absolutely nonsense story.
And now they're just the character's just being pushed right to the edge.
Oh, it's bloody horrible. It's just dead behind the eyes.
Hey,
And he said Luna.
poetry reference, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the which story is that? Is that Frontier in Space? Oh, I don't know.
I thought it was a Peladon one for some reason. But that's just my answer for everything.
The moon is not in Peladon. Sorry, we're missing some. Oh, yes.
And that is why Captain Jack suits the TARDIS team so well, because he can
I
be the one to do that.
I was looking at the Ninth Doctor slamming someone's head into a pipe.
Well, that's the Sulfordian. That's the Mancunian in him.
Yeah. Yeah, when you see him like kicking down doors and stuff, like in the Unquiet Dead, when he's
Well, just then, like cocking the gun and loading it, and, like, you know, sort of thinking. Then it's like, oh god, he really means business.
I would be tempted to just want to see the Ninth Doctor, see what he's like when you do push him, and he. Oh, imagine if we'd had him.
I mean, it turns out he's in a room of Autons, and it's like, oh, they're not real. Fantastic, and then just shoot them all down with the gun. And just be like, right, that's me stressed on for the year.
You could picture him in the Time War, couldn't you?
Oh, brilliant! Love it. Just a means to an end. But I also love how he's got the big space age gun, and Jack's just got like the MK-47, the assault rifle, handgun, like all the serious stuff that means business.
I think Guy Lambert's there amongst the producers.
Whispering things.
See, it is all connected.
It's all connected.
It's all connected.
We're back in week 1. It's all connected. He's whispering into
what's it saying, Barry? What's it saying?
Show me the thing. Do it now. Come on.
Yeah.
Yes. Those straps are probably very uncomfortable. Yeah.
The TARDIS.
I think they just bungled it into a room. This'll do.
I see the Daleks just going, okay, let's put it in this white room.
Oh man, that's sad.
Oh, the coat.
It's the jacket on the thing, yeah. Like a reminder of what they've lost, because we've just got lost in the kickassery of it all. It's like, no, Rose is gone. She be dead.
Well, we know she's not really, don't we?
No.
It can't be.
It can't be. Emma's wondering, it's not got it, you can.
Gosh, impossible. That's right, Elaine.
Take that,
Back
you
off.
pain. Christmas lights just went out. It's a shame. It's the
Stop
office party
Stop
this
it,
evening.
you're ruining it. You're ruining it.
It was meant to be the office party that evening. They're all going to be celebrating Earth Christmas. I've heard that they all box people from and eat people from Turkey.
You're not allowed to talk. What have we've had this discussion
That
already.
might not be the future. That technically it's the past because it was set in
You're not
present day.
getting away with it that way.
No, technicalities. This is. I love the fact that she's been a slave to them, but the moment she gets a block, she's like, "I've got to tell you. They control my thoughts."
Even though we all know it's the Daleks. I was watching this at boarding school.
The boarding school you were attending, or you just walked into a boarding school and started watching it?
Just saw it was on TV.
Strolled in.
It was. I remember it was in the common room or something, and like me and a couple of other people were just like huddled up by the TV watching it.
Right.
I don't think there was that many of us. The next week, like it was almost like an event. We were all like
geared up to see the finale play out.
The teacher was like organised it. We all came together to watch it on the telly box.
That's pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
I like how creepily it just resets. It's like the solar flare's gone. She daren't say anything. It's like back to normal. I can't picture any other prior Doctor in this story. As weird as it sounds. Like it kind of needs his on-the-face bravado and bombast to kind of work. Like you couldn't really picture Pertwee wielding the massive space gun bursting through the lift.
Peter Davison, if you wouldn't mind walking over here for me.
That'd be marvellous. Thank you.
Oh no, not the Daleks.
But not just
terrible.
But not just that as well, because the set is look at the genuine happiness on their faces. Oh, but it's
I'm
like
so glad we got Boomtown before this as well.
Or in general, just in general.
Oh no, just
Happy Boomtown.
Sorry, just my mind's running away. It's just like like having you have the three, like you kind of establish their friendship, don't you? In that story.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Hey,
and it's
Barbara moment.
Oh yeah. Ah. And I think Russell said in Writer's Tale, didn't he? Something like that. It gives them a chance to have a bit of fun. No, it was. I think it's in the shooting scripts.
Yeah,
you could get it out.
Boomtown. I could also get the shooting scripts.
Yeah.
Hey. But yeah, no, Boomtown. Boomtown is meant to be that thing of look at how much fun they're having. They're having a whale of a time.
Savour it.
Yeah, savour it.
It will not last.
Now, this literally looks like something out of Alien 3 or Alien Resurrection. It's kind of strange. She looks so
weird that
bizarre.
she's in green.
Bless her. Oh, such a nice reveal.
It's the Cybermen.
No,
great if, like, after
it's
all
the
that...
mechanoids.
Wouldn't it be great if after all this, like, there's that big cliffhanger and like suddenly like a zip comes down and it's like, it's us, Doctor, the Cybermen.
Hello.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Of course, they would have kept them the same. It's established in Dalek.
Oh, let him flirt. You're all going to die anyway.
Jack's going to die several times.
Many a moon. He's going to become the Wolverine of the Doctor Who universe. Click on this, baby. Click.
Only two out of
this.
Only 2 out of these 5 people survive.
Oh, well, that's depressing. Thanks for that.
In fact, actually, technically, they all die.
Well, everyone does.
Yeah, they all.
Eventually.
No, as in all 5 of these people on screen, what you can see right now, die.
In this story,
In the story. I mean, the Doctor dies, but obviously he comes back to life. It's the same with Jack, but they still die.
Still die. That is true. Oh, blimey. See, this is one of those moments where I'm scared that we're just going to go completely silent. And you know what? Quite right too. Because this speech that is about to happen... I say speech. It's not a speech. It's an exchange of dialogue. But what's about to happen is probably one of his strongest performances in the whole series.
I think this is definitely up there. I still think the Earth spinning speech
and Rose,
is probably one of his finest moments as well.
This next bit though, you can check me, you can verify for the listeners. This next bit gives me goosebumps every time.
Every
single time.
I love these Dalek voices. They
condition.
changed the Dalek voices a bit. It's still, I mean, obviously it's still Nick, but like they changed them a little bit, didn't they?
I just pitch shifted slightly, and
I like how they wobble as well.
Yes.
Why did they stop wobbling?
I don't know. They kept it in, didn't they? Just because they used to wobble a bit.
It kind of makes them look much more alive.
It also it makes the voices reverbing inside the entire body. Like the voice is that shrill and powerful that the entire tank is shaking.
The voices sound powerful, don't they?
Oh man, that's the trailer shot. And these wacky kids are off on a space adventure. They'll turn around at the same time.
You're ruining it.
Oh, I'm not. Chris is about to recover it 10 times over. No. Oh god.
Do you want a spaghetti after this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Wipe every last stinking Dalek out of the sky. Oh my god.
Oh, I still remember watching this. Like, this is taking me back.
Oh my god, he takes a Big Brother quote and makes it brilliant.
This is taking me back.
Where was I watching this? I think it was at my mum's actually watching this one go out, and I remember getting closer to the TV as the episode continued, to the point where at this bit I was just sat on the floor in front of the TV, which was like a 35-inch or whatever. So it's quite a big screen. And there's 14-year-old me glaring into it.
Oh, this shot.
Oh man.
I couldn't wait. I actually couldn't wait. Should we be rounding this off at this point?
I don't know.
I just want to keep talking about this.
Please do, Billy.
This was the week between this and Parting of the Ways was one of the longest weeks of my life.
So long.
I had a dream every single night about the finale. It's Davros.
Yeah. What that was? See, the only other person in my school who knew about Doctor Who, or I spoke to about Doctor Who prior to the show coming back, was my biology teacher, a man called Mr. Andrews, who was a huge Doctor Who fan, and he one day just spotted that I had a badge with the Dalek on it on my blazer. Mm-hmm. And this is pre the show coming back. And he was like, "Oh, so you like it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've got a bunch of them on video, and I think it's brilliant." And he's like, "It's coming back, don't you?" And I went, "Yeah." And he went, "How amazing is that going to be? Everyone else in this room is going to actually know what it is in a few weeks. That's pretty cool." I was like, "Yeah, isn't it?" Ah! And we spent pretty much every biology lesson that week between Bad Wolf and Parting of the Ways trying to figure out who the voice was. And he was adamant that it was Davros. He swore on it being Davros. Yeah, I remember saying that to him. I was like, I think it's a bit too deep. And he was like, what else is it going to be? It's got to be Davros.
But I'm really glad that we found out really early on, didn't we? Because there was the worry that it would be like with Boomtown. We'd be waiting ages to... And when the Daleks do find out, cliffhanger.
They survived through me. We'll see you next week, everybody.
I do remember, with the Boomtown cliffhanger, it's just like, I remember my mum saying, "Oh yeah, it'll be the cliffhanger then, won't it?" And I was just like, "No, because they showed it in the trailer, so they'll probably appear halfway through." So I remember being like, "No, where are they?
Where are the Daleks? I need Oye them. Oye." Right, take me back. Take me back 10 years, Billy. Hey, Billy, hey, Billy, hey, ooh, Billy.
Just to clarify, it's over. So if you're wondering, oh my god, there's an extra 5 minutes on this episode we've never seen before.
Well, there could be. There isn't. But if you guys are still watching your DVD right now and you've got into Part of the Ways, stop. We'll be back next week. However, burping out of excitement. 10 years ago, Billy.
Yeah.
So I'd scream your name, Billy.
No, Billy, no.
Don't do it, Billy. Stop it, Billy. Get off it. 10 years ago, Billy, stop it, get off it, Billy. Oh, Billy, no, Billy, no.
That is my full name. Billy.
It is your full name. And it's all spelt slightly differently than I'd expect. 10 years ago, you're living for the cliffhanger. You want it to happen. How sad were you feeling that the series end was approaching, though? I was mourning the series already. And I think a lot of it was down to the press having covered that Eccleston was leaving. I knew
Eccleston was going to leave, but... At that point, I was still really excited. I wasn't actually that sad. I don't remember being upset about it. I just remember being really excited about the finale. And then after that, I remember. I don't know. I remember at the end of Parting of the Ways, thinking, "Oh, we have to wait till Christmas. That's forever." But it wasn't sad. It was more like a.
It gave you something to count down to, I suppose, was it? It was more like a giddy frustration.
What month? Was it?
And Parting of the Way, Bad Wolf, and then Parting of the Ways. Parting of the Ways went out 18th of June 2005.
I've never started counting down to Christmas that early in the year before.
Yeah, well, although we got a bonus little treat, didn't we? We got the Children in Need mini-sode.
Oh, yes.
Which is a brilliant scene. Everyone forgets about it. I always think that the ones like that, like Time Crash and stuff, should always be put in the box sets in the play all option. So that you can, they can just pop up. Because the people will go on the DVD menu for Series 2.
Well, they are canon.
Well, yes, they are. But people go on the DVD menu for Series 2, and they'll go, Children in Need. No point. It's like, no, it's a mini episode set before Christmas Invasion.
Especially, is it called Born Again, officially, that?
I think, in terms of its script and everything, it was called Doctor Who Children in Need. But, Born Again's the unofficial title. In the same way that, The Enemy Within is the unofficial title of the TV movie.
Anyways, Bad Wolf, that was good, wasn't it?
I love it. I love it like a play cousin. I think it's amazing. It makes me happy inside. And it's a really good setup for what's to come as well.
I don't think we have anything bad to say about it, to be honest.
Apart from Wolf. Terrible joke. I can only apologise, Billy. Will you ever forgive me?
It's alright. I've just figured that one out.
That's fine. It's been a long day. You've been awake since 5:30.
I have.
It's now nearly 10 p.m. in the world where we are.
Oh, I've been on trains for like 5 hours to get here.
And then you've been forced to watch Doctor Who.
Oh, I'll tell you what, it's not a bad thing though. Like, if you were getting me to watch, like... Oh no, I can't say anything now. I don't want to upset anyone.
It's alright, just say Desperate Housewives and we'll get away with it.
If you got me to say Desperate...
I don't know if you've
You've
ever
got
watched
me
that.
to say Desperate Housewives.
I don't know if you've ever watched that. It's not quite Doctor Who. It's not
okay,
up there.
Okay, if you sat me down and made me watch Robots of Death, maybe I wouldn't be quite so happy.
That is a controversial statement, sir.
Really? Oh, it's a great first part, but the rest is so dull.
And on that note, before people throw audio tomatoes at us...
I really want an audio tomato thrown at me now. There should be an option, maybe like, dislike, and audio tomato.
So what happens there? Well, if you really don't like it and you press that button, they send a tomato round to the person's house. And they've got to record themselves mashing it into their own face. Just for customer satisfaction. Customer's always right. Unless they're left. Little customer joke there for you.
Aha!
How many tomatoes can I buck you up for? Join us next week for the Parting of the Ways, the season finale of not only Doctor Who Series 1, but also 9 is 10. Till then, I've been Chris. He's been Billy. Billy can make sounds like this. And you're going to think about them for a week. That's our cliffhanger.
Oh, much better than Bad Wolf.
Yeah, tons better.
No.